Yo, what's going on? KG, man. Smile, G. What's going on? Welcome back to another footy talk. You know what I'm saying? Good vibes. You couldn't tell by someone's face, but it's all good in here, blood. What are you, man, saying?
Yeah, I'll start off. What's going on, the boys? How are we? Welcome everyone to the stream as well. A weekend of goals.
Come on, G.
A weekend of goals. Is that the way we're talking, mate?
Hey, what's that? 7 for you, man. 6 for us, yeah.
Not every team can do it.
2, blood.
Hey.
They scored a couple. Scored a good goal as well. The second one. Do you know what I mean? It's all right, KG. You got your beverage, brother. Hey, cheers, my G. How's everyone? What are you saying, bro? Bro, what's going on, fam?
KG, we're 2 minutes in, my mate. We haven't had a word so far.
What's going on?
I don't know what you want me to say.
I don't know, bro. I'm asking you the truth. What's going on, bro? You know them ones, because the thing is, the beauty of supporting Leeds is sometimes it comes off, sometimes it doesn't. Today it was just, bruv. Yesterday it was just one of those days, blood. Like, how are you feeling, though?
How do I feel? I wasn't gonna show up tonight, but you know what? I'm a bigger man than that. So I turned up, man. I accept all the smoke that's coming. I've seen the comments. Man, people are coming for me, man.
Bruv, if you didn't turn up, it would have been a lot worse for you, blood.
Yeah.
Well.
That would have been dignity points taken away.
That's what I'm saying, bruv. The game is the game, blood. What's the general consensus? Because you know what it is, yeah? The way Leeds play, yeah? Bruv, you have to accept results like this. You have to, because when it comes off, it's amazing, isn't it? It's just part of supporting Leeds, bro. I'd rather support a team that plays football like that, yeah, than a team that plays like West Brom, yeah. And then when you lose, you get tonked 4-0, yeah, but you're parking the bus and just getting shit on. At least you lot went for it.
No, man. I've said that before, though, and we're going to have results where we just get battered some days. But it was the 4 minutes, man. The opening 4 minutes just killed it. And you're going to discuss stuff in the game, right? And I probably won't even remember what you're talking about because my head was spinning. Yeah. Literally, like I said it in my match reaction video, man. I just blacked out. The Villa. Listen, the Albion Villa game was on after, and I was due to watch that. And by the time I looked next, it was 90 minutes of the game. I swear to God, the game just took me out, man. It took me out. Yes, thank you, Rory. Yeah.
Bro, honestly, yeah, brother. Like, I see loads of people getting onto Leeds, but bruv, I would much rather play like them, yeah, than play like certain other teams, yeah. And because, bruv, the football you play is gonna keep you in this league comfortably. You're finishing the top half of the table. There's other teams, yeah, that play shit football and get battered anyway. And they're going to finish like either relegated or just above relegation. And their style of play never gets criticized, innit? And that's the mad thing, bro. Like with Leeds, you win some, you lose some, innit? But I know the next game, Leeds will probably go out there and put 4 past someone. Like that's just the football you play, innit?
Yeah, but Rants, it's not about that for me, man. You know what it is with Man United Leeds. Like that game has got so much build-up. It's got so much history behind it. And I've always grown up with Man United friends and everything else like that. So I'm not one Leeds fan. There's a whole bunch of Man United fans. You used to get the better of me most of the time back in the day. It happened again yesterday. But they laid down, man. It was like 4-0. How could it be 4-0? I didn't recognize the players out there yesterday. Didn't recognize them. They weren't pressing properly. You didn't even have to counter for those McTominay goals. They just
that's what I mean. We just ran straight through your midfield. Like it was non-existent. That's why, as much as people are praising McTominay and praising United, we didn't do nothing special to cut through you, man. It was so easy. Once you beat the first man on the press, yeah, we were just through on goal, bro. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing I can say in regards to that. Like I say, I did recognize that team today. When it got to, what was it, 3-0? I was honestly, I stood up for most of the game in my own house. I'm not under it. I'm in the house. I couldn't sit down. because I was literally thinking I must be dreaming or something. This must be a nightmare or something. And it was real. I thought, no, I'm going to wake up in a bit and think, well, thank God that wasn't real. It was horrendous, man. I'm still feeling it today, you know. Seriously,
Yeah,
I'm still feeling it today.
I get that. I get that.
But you know what the thing is though, man. There's some Leeds fans out there that say, yeah, Man United have got a better squad and more expensive, and we'll take this one and move on. It ain't that simple, man. Unless you've grown up with Man United supporting friends and all that, it ain't that simple. You know, when you're in school, you're holding smoke for a whole week. Now that you know, there's all kinds of stuff behind it. And the thing is, what disappoints me the most is the players know this. They've heard Leeds fans talk. They've been talking all up in the build, and they all just froze, man. The first 4 minutes, what a joke, man! Absolute joke. I haven't been this ashamed of them since probably the Derby playoff second leg, and it's very rare for me to say that. I was so ashamed of the players yesterday. You know, I know everything's going to be all right, but they knew how important that game was, man. And just didn't turn up in the first half or whatever it was, 60 minutes, whatever it was, man. Who cares? It was, you know, it was 6-1 by the time we got our second. Absolute joke.
I understand that frustration. I understand that frustration.
But in regards to what you said about Bielsa as well, now we don't need to change the way we play. We just need some better defenders, and hopefully they're going to address that in January. And when our injured players come back, you know, that makes it better. But also as well, I see all these pieces now about, does Bielsa need to change the style of play and everything? And why does Bielsa get all this adulation after a game? The people saying that are the people that know exactly why the Bielsa gets all the adulation, because you know you can get more interactions by saying Bielsa. Look, Graham Potter had 11 men against 10 men of Sheffield United, and they didn't beat them. And I haven't hardly seen anything said about it, because no one cares about Brighton. Well, and I'll say it with my chest now, we're a massive club. And that's why people always talk about us, because you're going to get more interactions talking about Leeds, because Leeds fans will click it. Well, not me in general. I've had to just delete so many podcasts and stuff today because they're just talking pure shit, man. Talking pure shit. They don't know what they're talking about, man. They're just going with whatever's being said on the TV. But when we beat Newcastle 5-2, they weren't saying, oh yeah, you know, defensively. No,
there was no chat.
No, they don't say nothing. But every time we lose, and there's all that xenophobia as well with Bielsa. Oh, how can the players understand if he's not speaking English? Man, just shut the fuck up, man, about that old haggard Brexit type of freaking trope that you're talking, man. How we get promoted after in the championship with him not speaking English, though?
Yeah,
just shut up, innit? Just talking rubbish.
No,
I'm saying that's why I don't listen to half of the stuff. I don't listen to a lot of podcasts now, even from people that I know, because I just know they're gonna talk some shit.
That's what I mean, but it's mad, bro. Because I just see Bielsa just kneeling down, like man's waiting for the Holy Communion and that, and we were just pamming you. And I was thinking, hold on. And the thing is, that game could have been 10-6. Like that's how mad it was, because you lot had your chances as well. We had way more chances as well, bro. The game was just literally. It's like Leeds United. All it was, bro. Like it's not like we played magically. It's just that on the break we are devastating, innit? Like
but runs. But even so, even with the way you play, I've never seen us leave so many gaps between midfield and defense before. I have no idea how Bruno could have had a sandwich with dribbling the ball. No one was going near him. No one was touching him, and he didn't even have to like do his usual spaz it through. He could play it calmly through because there was just no one there.
I never thought our players would have that much space, like, because I know you lot are known to press, but bro, McTominay ran like clear for both his goals. He ran with no one around him, just into acres. Do you know what I'm saying? And especially the second one, he ran from midfield about 20 yards. No one went with him, nothing, bro. And he just ended up in the box, bro. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah,
I couldn't believe it. Like I've never seen you lot like not press or nothing, bro. I don't know what was going on. Like everyone's talking about how good McTominay played, bruv. He had no one on him.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
look, we took off Klitsch and Phillips at half time, but in all fairness, you could have took off any of the 2 or 3 of the players at half time. Besides Rafinha, shout out to Rafinha, man. Again, showing his level above all the rest of the solid bombs that we've got. You know, he got 2 assists in that game. He almost scored as well. You know,
he's class.
And that's what's the painful thing when you watch him. You're watching a player that's just a class above the rest of these players, and he's probably like, man, I left the Champions League and Rennes for this. These guys are on my level, but hopefully he sticks it out. Hopefully in January we get a centre mid and get a defender in. You know, that yesterday just wasn't acceptable. And believe me, I love my guys. I love my team for what they've done so far, but they just didn't turn up yesterday, and it can't be given. Not a performance like that yesterday.
Hey, James, did you watch the game? What did you make of Leeds, blood? Because I don't know.
I never seen the full game. I got to see a good few highlights back though, mate. And I'm not gonna lie, you don't really need to watch the full game to know that Leeds were just poor. Like I understand that. Again, like what you said, Branson, you were spot on. It suits Man United's style of play very, very well. Man United actually are very good at taking their chances, which is actually one thing I think a lot of teams struggle with, including my team. Besides this weekend, obviously, but. It's just one of them when it comes to Leeds. I understand KG's frustration. Are you mad? You lose 6-2 to anyone, you have a right to be upset. Rants, me and you would have been in the same boat on the same weekend a few weeks ago when you lost 6-1 to Tottenham, we lost 7-2 to Villa. It's just one of them where you're just like, whoa, okay, right. What in the name of anything has just happened in that 90 minutes of football? Like, you can't even take it in. You don't even know what you're watching sometimes. You're thinking, these players a week ago didn't look anywhere near as bad now because they're looking open. There's no leadership. The team isn't compact. And that's what Leeds look like for near enough every goal for Manchester United. On top of, obviously, Manchester United taking advantage of the mistakes that Leeds were making. And it was rookie, but it's just one of them. Like, you've got to understand the frustration with the fact that it's the biggest game for Leeds United in however long, a Premier League game against Manchester United. That's what they've been waiting for. That's what they've been waiting for. They've been waiting to return to Old Trafford in the Premier League and get a result or even get a draw, or just give them a game. Just show that you want to be there. Show that even though it's been however many years, it's still the same level of competitiveness, the same level of ferociousness, and that just weren't shown for Leeds in this game. Hence why I understand the frustration. It was bad. It was bad.
James,
but at the same
there was
time,
no tackles. There was no tackles yesterday.
That's what I'm saying.
Phillips usually puts in a tackle. Usually puts in a tackle. There was nothing. There was absolutely zero going on with us yesterday. And I'll be honest, I don't remember the 5th and 6th goals. I don't remember even how they were scored. I'm saying the goals just kept going in. I just kept looking away like, what is going on here? I don't even remember. And I'm not rewatching the game again to find out.
I wouldn't watch it again either, bro. It was a shocking day at the office, bro. I have to say, you know what I'm saying? But honestly, I expected more. From them, innit? Obviously, you had defensive injuries. I see a list online that someone said you had like 4 players that probably would have played that are injured or whatever. But bruv, I just couldn't believe the space that we got in it. And when I think statistically, like you've conceded, you're up there with the most goals conceded in the Premier League. So it shows that Leeds do give you a chance, innit? That's just your style of play. Your style of play gives us a chance and gives attacking teams a chance, man. And for a team like yours, if you were more clinical in front of goal, it wouldn't matter. On a different day, yeah, the chances that you opened us up with, do you know what I mean? You could have had 2 or 3 more goals. You know what I mean? So it was one of them ones. It's a weird one, but honestly, like if you're a Leeds fan, bro, it is what it is, bro. These things happen. Happen, bro. Like Liverpool have conceded 7, blood. Like we've conceded 6. So anyone can get hit.
Yeah, but it's about the magnitude of the game, though. It's about these players know what the fans are going through. We didn't lose 6-2 to Palace like this. Even that wouldn't be as bad as that yesterday. These players know. Calvin Phillips knows. You know what I'm saying? He was even talking about all these guys know, and it seemed like to me it looked like they just got overawed by it in the first 5 minutes. They were just looking around like, wow, this is Old Trafford, and they showed some of their naivety yesterday. It will probably be all right against Burnley and West Brom coming up, but that wasn't the point for yesterday. That you know what I mean. Man,
but even at 2-0 down, you lot continue to try and play ball, blood.
Yeah, that's how we're always going to play. I mean, if we didn't play like that, maybe the score would have been lower. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not giving them any bail for yesterday. But even when we're 4-0 down, we're still attacking like it's 0-0. That's just what we do. I've got no objection to losing. It's the man, the last man. Just the fact that the game's over in less than 4 minutes.
Yeah, no, I mean, fucked. Conceding the first goal is bad enough, but conceding 2 within the first 10 minutes, that was effectively the game over. Do you know what I'm saying? Before you even started, so I get that. You know the ones. I'm not even gonna lie, bruv. Like,
Mate, I thought my
Leeds ain't
Google
been in the
glitched.
Prem for so fucking long, yeah. That, bruv, man, don't even that rivalry don't mean shit to me no more. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like back in the day, the last time I remember a Leeds, yeah, was fucking Mark Vidica and them, man. That's it.
You see,
And Alan
but you
Smith
see,
and them, man.
but you see, you say that, but online and when you go to the games, you guys are still singing about Leeds in general. As Leeds fans
Oh
are
yeah,
singing
yeah. They
about Man
still
United.
sing, yeah,
So
we all hate Leeds scum and that. Yeah, cool. Man
yeah,
sing that, yeah. But bruv, man sing that at the games, but do you know what I mean? Honestly, bruv. Like it's just a cool song. It's just a cool song, bruv. Honestly,
It's
it just
still a
sounds good.
rivalry, but you can laugh at them now. Like it's
It
like
is
us
a
and
rivalry,
Everton.
but
Like,
bruv,
us and
like
Everton are much closer, and we still laugh at Everton just because we're better than them every season. So I understand it from that point.
yeah.
Like,
It's just like if Bristol Rovers managed to play Bristol City at some point, even though they're in completely different divisions, when they play each other, it's going to mean something. It's just like one of those. You know what I mean? But you know,
no, I get that.
I don't think I got anything left to say about the game, man.
No, I hear that
Or,
still. Like,
but just all the post stuff about all the praise and all the why talk about Bielsa, man. Everyone just because it will get you traction, man. That's why people talk about it. People should be talking about Brighton not beating Sheffield United with 10 men. That's what they should be talking about. How have they not taken care of that home? But no one gives a fuck about Brighton.
yeah, facts. But that's what it is. So you're right. It's because you're a big it's because you're a big club, but also because of how you lot play in it. Like they're always looking to kind of stick it on you, man. But honestly, bruv, Bielsa doing a great job. And out of all the promoted teams, you lot are by far, yeah, the most comfortable in the Premier League. So
yeah,
do you know what I mean? It's just a bad day at office.
All these people, they want people to play the ball like the Longstaff brothers, like Tom Davis at Everton, all these ordinary, just vanilla ballers. That's what they want. They want just safe, boring football and say, look at his pass completion at 90%, but not looking at the context of why it is 90%. That's all they want. They just want boring football because when it's anything different outside of the box, they don't know what to say.
Absolutely. And my man saying about this did have shades of the Leipzig game. And that's what I said. Because even though, like, obviously we scored 6 goals, yeah, and we won 6-2, yeah, that game could have been any score. It could have been any score. It could have been 10-6. It could have been one of them games where we never took our chances and then Leeds took their chances. It could have been anything in it, but just it felt mad, innit? Like it felt like I was playing a video game. You know when man play and you're just getting scripted, blood. Yeah, that's what it felt like.
Mate, I thought my Google fucking glitched when I saw McTominay score 2 goals in 3 minutes. In 3 minutes, I was just thinking, are you taking the piss? I was like, they're refreshing it, making sure, like, surely that's not right. Then mate, Twitter was going off, McTominay scored, and I was just, mate, like, it's one of them things that this season, that would happen this year. It wouldn't happen any other year. It's one of them, like, even though it's Manchester United and a newly promoted Leeds, it's not like, you know, it's not like the usual Man United and Leeds. It's one of them still that if it was going to happen, it's this season. And like you said, it's the styles of both teams. Something like that was going to happen inevitably. Like in hindsight, inevitably something like that was going to happen. And it just didn't go in Leeds' favour. It's heavy. But I understand the frustration regardless, whether they're a newly promoted team or whatever, mate. It's still a massive game and it's still going to mean a lot to the fans 100%. It doesn't matter what your state is. Even if you've got 4 first-team players out, like you mentioned before, that's not acceptable. That's basic football. You watch your man, you mark your man. That was just craziness. And like I said, I've seen my team play like that this season, and it's just one of them where your jaw's dropped, you don't have a fucking clue what to say, you don't know who to go to, you don't want to go on your phone, you're thinking, fuck every part of that phone, you go down airplane mode. It's one of them, mate. It's one of them. But Leeds are one of them. They're comfortable. They don't have to worry about, like, even though they have got massive defensive problems, and that's the one thing they really need to sort out, they're comfortable to stay in the league. They've got nothing to worry about. They've got a world-class manager for what he's doing for a newly promoted club. Like, people can argue whether they think he is or not. I think he is in that regard. Yeah. And they are going to finish top half, mate. And he's not even going to be flirting with relegation, in my opinion, because that team plays too exciting. And like what you said before, Rants, I'd rather my team be a mid-table club but play boss football than be like an Arsenal right now who are looking. I mean, everyone's miserable. So it could be worse, but I understand the frustration.
And just on that point as well, and the last thing, it isn't about the quality of the squads, because when you've got that extra bit of oomph in your game, and when you know it's on the line, give that extra 10%. Sometimes that can get you over the line. But when you start out the way that we started yesterday, there's just no point turning up. They shouldn't have bothered.
It was men against boys.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah, like in a sense that, I mean, in a sense that I feel like Leeds were very naive at many moments in terms of the marking. I think like that should be basic. You should just know.
There was no marking. That's the whole point. Wasn't any marking?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's giving a bad name to actual loose marking. There was nothing. I don't know how the first three goals, they just walked. It felt like they just walked the ball in. I didn't even feel like you guys were running at any point. And the other thing as well, Dan James scoring. I mean, that was just inevitable anyway. Because this is what happens. People know, because we play so wide and expansive. When you want to get your players up and running, Palace did it with Eze. West Ham did it with Ben Rama. When you want to get your attacking players going, you can just play them against us, because you're going to get a little bit of joy at some point in the game.
Yeah. And
when is Dan James going to score again at the minute? Who knows?
Yeah, probably next. But I was gonna say next year. That's in a few weeks. But
next time they play Leeds, yeah.
Yeah, this is it, bro. Like Dan James don't even start games. Starting Dan James, this was the right game to play him in, because he needs acres of space to even operate.
Well, there was that, and then the whole failed Leeds move. Remember, and that we also did so much. Everything to gain and prove in that.
And then
game.
you lot stood in for him, so it's one of them ones where I thought that they put him in there as a shop window, blood.
We don't need a winger. We need freaking defenders, man. I don't want to see another winger come in.
Nah, I hear that, bruv. You do need to buy some better defenders, but bruv, Leeds will be fine, bruv. You man smashed the light, 1.1k in here at the moment. Liverpool, absolute demolition, bruv.
Demolition, mate. Demolition Saturday or whatever day it was. Nah, it was Sunday. Was it Sunday? I'm not sure. Anyway, it was boss. Mate. It was just like one of them. And like as every goal went in, like once it got to about 5, then it got to about 6, I was thinking, oh my God, goal difference. Like I was thinking goal difference. I was thinking that 7-2 is like basically diminished now, because we've just sorted that out. It was just flawless from start to finish. Even Minamino got a goal. Do you know when Minamino is getting goals, mate? That's when you know it's a good day at the office. Do you know what I'm saying? Because all season he's done nothing. But he didn't only get a goal, he played well. Start to finish, we played well. It was just relentless, and it was one of them things that I actually said in my live match reaction just before the game kicked off. The one thing that I feel like could stop us from getting the 3 points is our finishing. It was literally the last thing I said before kickoff, and I was just thinking, it's the worst choice of words to say, but I had a right to say it with what I've seen from Liverpool this season. We haven't taken our chances. There's been many games, even Fulham, even though Fulham played better, there was chances that we should have took. Same with Brighton. There's been many examples where Liverpool haven't done enough. Even Spurs, we got over the line in the end, mate, but we had many more chances where we could have killed that game off earlier, before they had their big chances as well. So the game could have been dead in the water. That was my only concern. Obviously, as well, if you look at the performance that Guita put in against Tottenham as well, are you taking the piss? Like, I was just thinking this is going to be a difficult game. Obviously, we're away from home as well. We're like 16th in the away form. And then, don't get me wrong, I could see that Crystal Palace weren't fully set up right. And it was kind of like another one of them examples where they were a bit open at time to time. So you've got to look into that a little bit. But it was also, we were just finishing off our shots that we wouldn't usually finish. It's as simple as that. We could win that every week. But the thing is, though, the players do need multiple chances to get that. I'm not afraid to admit it. They're just so good at creating that many chances to the point where you don't realise it. But they can win that every week. The stats didn't look too much different to how they did against Tottenham or how they did the week before. We had similar amounts of shots. Even on target, it was similar. It's literally just that a little bit of edge of knowing I can get it past you.
But that's what it is.
It was everything from minute to last first half. We knew what we had to do to get over Palace. We knew that we had to press them down. We knew that we could break them down. It was just about getting that finish. And it was like Mane even ended up getting a goal, but the touch leading towards the finish was fantastic. And it was like even who got the goal just before half time? I think it was Firmino with Robbo who put the ball in, and Firmino touched it down superbly, slotted it past quick. But that's the thing. Even Firmino, someone else who all season has been known for not scoring goals.
Yeah, he pops up.
That's what I'm saying. It's like now he's feeling more confident. Now he's getting more into his groove. But I also think that's something, I don't know what it is, but Liverpool have looked more confident over the past few weeks offensively. And it's kind of started looming since the Leicester game where we beat them 3-1. Funnily enough, since Bobby Firmino has came back into form. Because before that, he was dead food, mate. I'll tell you that, and I'll tell you that for free. But since then, he's been the Bobby that I know and love. No one can chat to me about this. This Bobby that's played since Leicester has been world class. Now, obviously, he needs to do a lot more. But then even leading into the second half, midfield didn't change. It was, if anything, it was more controlling. It was, even with Naby Keita, we dropped Curtis Jones, who's looking undroppable at the minute. That midfield just did work. It did work. I mean, I'm not going to go into the whole Hendo Nino conversation, but he was amazing. Jordan Henderson just led by example again. The way he reads the game is unbelievable. His interceptions in that game was another level. A lot of our attacks were started by Jordan Henderson winning the ball back. And I think even Jordan Henderson won the ball back 3 times for 3 of the goals. So it was just like, that's mental. But even Naby Keita, one who doesn't get a run of minutes, he done really, really well. But just everything. And then the fact even when Salah came on, from not even starting, that's what he needs to do. He needs to show that example. And there's been a few weird little rumours about Salah over the past few days, but it's just good to see him going on the pitch. And this is probably the best start Salah's had to a season since his first season.
Yeah, they were saying about Salah being unhappy, etc., etc. But my thing is, when I see the Liverpool-Leicester result was the result that told me, that cool, Liverpool have got injuries, but these men are still the guys to beat, innit? Because I said, you know what? If they lose to Leicester and they start feeling sorry for themselves with all the injuries they've got, then cool, this could be wide open, innit? But when they dealt with Leicester, I think that they just took so much confidence from that, knowing that they can still beat Leicester, who are like they're a top 6 challenging team, innit? So if you can beat Leicester and beat Leicester comfortably, even with the injuries that you have, bruv, like, you know what I mean? That's where the confidence has come from, and they're gonna blow away a few more teams, because when you look at it, everyone's like, oh, you lot got so many injuries and that, but compared to last season, who's injured? Van Dijk, bruv. Like, that's it, bruv. Like, cool,
I understand what you're saying when you say
Thiago's injured, but Thiago's injured.
Joe Gomez is injured. You've got to give that one.
Who else though? Because I really rate Gomez. I'm not gonna lie, bruv. I think anyone that plays next to Van Dijk looks good, man. I've seen Van Dijk playing with that young kid that you've got there. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I don't even know if Van Dijk's got the chance to play with him, but listen, let me just tell you now.
He played in the cup with one game with
Lincoln. Yeah. That was it. It was against.
He played with him and he looked quality, bro. Like, listen, Van Dijk can play with anyone. But that's what I mean. Van Dijk can play with anyone, innit? Like, honestly, Thiago wasn't at your club last season. You still won the league. So, of course he's injured, but the players that you won the league with are still fit, apart from Virgil, bro. Really. So, like, I don't see this Liverpool team. So I don't see this Liverpool team as, I think that the time to kind of get space and get away from them has passed now. Like, the players are back now, most of them. Do you know what I'm saying? The little gap where everyone was injured and there was 6, 7, 8, 9 people injured at once, that's done now. Now it's only about 3, 4 players. And I think that you lot have weathered that storm, and it's going to take some beating these men right now, bruv.
That's what you've just half hit the nail on the head there, Rants. I actually can't really disagree with what you've just said, simply for the fact that all of our players are back now. Now, you corrected it, but it was just like, even though we don't have as many injuries right this second, and you said this, but it's like we've had Alisson out for a lot of the season. We've had this player, that player, and another. Trent just came back a few weeks ago. There's been so many, and it's just so good to come out of it now. And now we've realised, like, oh wait, Thiago could be back at the end of the month. We might finally get to see him, and Fabinho's looking class. So it's like, even though you're always going to miss the best centre back in the world, if there's a person who's just came and stepped in and is basically mirrored what Van Dijk does game in, game out, then you don't miss him. You don't, because you're seeing that level still being put in. You're still seeing that level being put in by Matip. You're still seeing it from Reece Williams. But it's the thing now that even like the little boosts of injuries of like Oxlade-Chamberlain coming back, and people will write off Oxlade-Chamberlain, and I don't think he's going to get past the summer anyway based on his injuries. But just having him back in the squad, in and around the matchday squad, that's the thing. The morale of the players is so good right now. And I think that's probably, like, to touch back on Manchester United, is what's getting them through a lot of games, morale. I think that's very important. And that's one thing this Liverpool team has had bags of for years now, morale. And that's why we've been so successful. And that's why I think we've been able to overcome these injuries, because I feel like if we were in a shit state, mate, we're not getting these results with all these injuries, because you need a group of players, a squad of players, because that's what Jurgen Klopp's built. He hasn't just built a starting 11, he's built a squad, and that's been shown over the past few weeks. But you need them all to be just on the same page as another. Oh, you're going to step in, go ahead, sweet, you know what you're doing. It's kind of just one of them things now with Liverpool, where even with injuries, you're expecting 3 points and not unless, no matter who you're playing.
Yeah, facts. Did you watch the Liverpool game, KG?
Yeah. The one thing that I knew was when with Firmino and Mane scoring, that when Salah came on, he was bound to do something. There's no way he's going to let the two of the three score and then him not do nothing. So it was just it was over for Palace as soon as he came on. You knew what he was going to do.
What's this Salah to Real Madrid? These men are talking about this thing, bro.
Right,
Honestly,
it was just like an interview.
I could see it happening, but I don't know why he would want to go there, bro. Like Liverpool are better than Real Madrid right now. Do you know what I mean? And if he goes to Real Madrid, he's not guaranteed a title. He's not really, because they're just playing shit. Like I just don't get it. Like the Liverpool fans love him. You know what I'm saying? He's at the best team probably in Europe at the moment. It's only really Bayern Munich in the conversation for me. So, like, why would you leave? Other than if it's just a lifelong ambition of his to play for them.
It doesn't. I think it's just because a couple of things have came out and they put 2 and 2 together and made 7. Like, I'm not I'm not going to jump on the bandwagon of Salah wanting to leave. There was something mentioned about how he wanted to be captain, when I just don't understand how, like, even though you are one of the more important players to the team, how you can command to be captain when you can clearly see the captain we've got is more than good enough. But it's not even just that, though. I think Salah's happy, and again, it's like there was an interview as well where a reporter came up to him and asked him about it, but it weren't even like a planned interview. And just because he didn't rule it out for the future, it means he wants to leave. So I don't think he wants to leave Liverpool. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he's going to stay at Liverpool and be a devoted player and stay till he retires. I'm not saying that. He might not even stay till the end of his prime. I'm just trying to offer to you that, you know, you can't say in an interview, no, I don't want to go to Real Madrid, because you don't know what the future could hold. Something might happen. We might bring in a player to replace Salah. Obviously we shouldn't, but in the future we might have to do that. And then he's already came out in an interview 2 years previous saying, nah, I don't want to go to Real Madrid. Like, you've got to understand, he's going to leave the conversation open. But it's like if an interview is coming to him without even it being planned, what do you expect him to say? Do you just expect him to be trained for that question? Like I said, I think people are just doing 2 + 2 and equaling 25.
And it might not be. Could it be a contract thing? I don't know. What's his contract situation? How long has he got left? Money.
I don't know how long he's got left, but it's not like a year. I think it's like 2-3 seasons. I'll need to recheck that. But even money, Mo Salah's got money. He's admired at Liverpool. He's got no reason to leave. He's winning trophies. The only reason he's got to leave is the weather. That's the only reason. Like, there's nothing else, mate. Everything else, this club is clicking. It's near enough perfect, and he's an integral part of that. He plays game in, game out. The only time he can be upset is when he's getting taken off, when there's 20 minutes left to go. Other than that, if that's the only reason why he wants to leave, because he's getting off with 20 minutes left to go, then I genuinely can't give you another reason to why he'd want to leave Liverpool.
Yeah. It must be a money thing, bruv. You know what I'm saying? It must be a money thing, because none of it would make sense.
I just don't think it's true. I don't think I don't think there's much substance.
But there's a weird thing, though, because there's always, with Mo Salah, there's always something, bro. Like, there's always some sort of murmur. Even when he's playing well, there's always murmurs about him leaving. Out of all of them, it's always him. It's always him, bruv. And it has to be coming from somewhere. Just because maybe he's not coming out saying it, like, directly, or his agent isn't, bro. Like, I feel like with Liverpool, yeah, since Klopp's been there, you never hear rumors about any of their players wanting to leave apart from Salah.
Coutinho was one.
Yeah, and then Coutinho was like pre-Klopp kind of thing, and he's gone in it. But literally, since you lot have come in and you've been playing football, you never hear about anyone unhappy, anyone wanting to leave. But with Salah, you always hear little things just being leaked, yeah, that you don't hear about any other player. Do you know what I'm saying? No one else, bro. Which must tell me that there has to be something in it a little bit, bro. Because he's the only player.
There could definitely be something, and I understand what you're saying with him right now being the only player. In the past, there's been like Coutinho and there's been Chan and stuff, and they ended up leaving. But it's like there is little things that come out about Salah sometimes. But the thing is, I've never seen any substance to any of it, which is why, like, I just can't even think of this being anything possible. I saw it, and I even posted the video about it on my channel, and I basically just shut it down straight away. And whether I think it's going to happen, and if it will, I don't think it's going to happen at like the end of this season. You know. I don't think that's the case. And if it does, it'd surprise me. Don't get me wrong. And they'd prove me wrong, obviously. But why would he want to go? I can only always end up back at that conclusion. Why would you want to go? Unless, like you said, he's a Real Madrid fan or something. Why?
No, he gets spoken about much like Paul Pogba does in terms of being linked with moves away, but you never hear them saying anything. I think he's just one of them. You know what I mean?
It could be, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? But I think a lot of the stories that come out in the press, they come from somewhere, innit? They come from somewhere, whether it's the
Got to start
agents
somewhere.
feeding it, whether it's the agents feeding it to them, or someone they're speaking to. Do you know what I mean? And have absolutely just fucking let someone know, bro. Like there's always for the last 2 seasons I've been hearing, all right, cool. End of the season he's gone and they're going in for Mbappe or something like that, or Jadon Sancho or something. It's always him to be the one to leave. And it could just be a media agenda, or he could seriously have his eyes on somewhere else. I don't know. Because also, from a branding standpoint, if you're Mo Salah, he might just be looking at it like certain footballers feel like they can't reach their maximum potential as a brand if they're not at Real Madrid or Barcelona. You know what I mean? A lot of players look at it like that. Mo Salah's probably looked at it saying, yo, I've top scored the Prem, got the golden boot thing. Like, if I want to be a real superstar, I've got to go to one of these clubs, innit? It could easily be that because a lot of players do that. You know what I mean? Beckham done the Real Madrid thing from Man United. Ronaldo done it. Like, a lot of the time, these players, like, there's just something a bit more luxurious in their head, going to these clubs, bro. Like, even though they're both shit right now.
That's what I mean. You said it. They're shite. They're not winning nothing. Like, even in the Champions League, England's overtaken Spain. Like, it's facts. Maybe not in the Europa League from time to time when Sevilla's there. But other than that, mate, it's England all the way when it comes to these Champions Leagues and whatnot. So, don't get me wrong. I'd be sad if Salah went to Real Madrid or Barcelona. And I suppose if it was anyone in the squad, he'd be the one I'd be least surprised to leave. Do you know what I'm saying? But with everything that he's doing right now and just the love that he's got at the club, and like you said, Brandon could be a part of it. Defo could. I just think there's just no reason. If you want to focus on actually winning stuff, if you're going to leave Liverpool when we're in the middle of our era of winning things, and you're arguably, maybe even in his eyes, the biggest part of that, then yeah, madness.
That's what I mean. Some guys saying about appreciation and that Salah should be the captain, but why though? Why should he be the
There's
next
no reason
captain?
for him to be captain, man.
There's no reason, bro. Like
why fix what's not broken? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, we've got a leader there, and some people.
And even after Jordan Henderson, even vice captain, bro. Like, Mo Salah might be one of your best players, but I don't mean he's a good leader, bro. He doesn't even strike me as. You don't strike me as a character that you would give an.
And you know what? If he is coming out crying about captaincy, I don't like that, because Sammy Hippier years ago happily stepped aside for Steven Gerrard because he knew the score, lad. He knew that I could still be a leader on this pitch. Just because I haven't got an armband on doesn't mean I can't go out and set an example. Doesn't mean I can't still be a presence in the back. Doesn't mean I can't still make a difference verbally and on the pitch. If Mo Salah is making a whinge and kicking a fuss about an armband when you can still be a leader anyway. Yeah. It doesn't matter. And even though he's the captain for Egypt and whatnot, mate, you're competing with completely different ballers at Egypt. Yeah. And even though he is one of the best footballers, not only at Liverpool, but in the world on current form, it doesn't mean that you just come in and you say, oh, just because I'm one of the best players in this team, I can take that armband. So you're just, if you're doing that, you're just discrediting everything Jordan Henderson's done. Yeah. And it just means his ego's a bit out of control if that's the case. That's the one thing I can say about Salah. If anything ever has got out of control with Salah, and sometimes I've liked it, you know, like that good arrogance that some players have because you feel like they sort of need it. That's one thing I've liked from time to time with Salah. But if he was to leave and get his arrogance get too much like that because he weren't a captain, I can't really stick with that. Because then you're looking out for yourself. You're not looking out for the team. You're looking out for you. Yeah, facts. And 1-0 Chelsea are up against West Ham. Still early days. West Ham could still win it. You know what I mean? Is Antonio fit now? Because last time I checked, he weren't fit. If he's on the pitch, he's someone who can just come out of nowhere. Yeah, he's a bully. I don't know if he would start though. I think Haller's starting or something. But Antonio is That's always what I mean. A problem. He's always a problem. He don't even have to start. Do you know what I mean? But I don't know. Chelsea needs a win there as well. Yeah, they do. They desperately need a win. At the moment, they go up to 5th if they win. They go up to 5th if they win. They're 8th at the moment. Well, 5 minutes ago, they were above United in the title race, Chelsea. So if they start losing even more games, this is what I'm saying. It's one of them, innit? Like, they're not really in that anymore. Like, it's kind of just back to the top 4 race for Chelsea. Hold on, what? Are we actually third? Yeah, lads, Man United are doing much better than what I thought. If you just win your
No,
game,
you know what it
man,
is?
like 2
Because
points.
when we won our game, yeah, other teams still hadn't played yet. So I think that's what it was. Because
Oh, fair.
but yeah, we're actually third, bruv. Know what I'm
KG,
saying?
how are you, my brother? How are you, fella?
He looks like he's still, man. You look like you're having flashbacks from the game, lad.
Don't know, he doesn't look like he's
Yeah,
being
yeah.
engaged in this conversation.
It's over, G.
No, I turned up, man. I turned up, didn't I? So
Nah, that's what I
yeah.
respect, honestly, mate. I have my ear for it.
Who the fuck is this Chelsea team? Hey, you lot. Is Antonio playing for West Ham? Because if he is, bruv, they can always they can always
That's a
do
player.
it, bro.
That's a player that you've got to watch out for.
Yeah, bruv, he's a problem. You know what I'm saying? Man saying it's just an
Problem,
armband, but bro, like sometimes it's not. You know the ones like I was in Dubai not too long ago. Yeah, there's Mo Salah's face is everywhere. You know the ones like literally all over the Middle East and that. He's like the poster boy in it for Arabic
Well,
football.
he's the
Arabic
number
sport.
one. He's the number one Muslim athlete, and then it's Khabib, who's number 2.
You see
Mo
what I
Salah's
mean?
first.
But there you go, innit? So when you look at that, bruv, it just is what it is, fam. Know what I mean? It just is what it is. So it is what it is, bruv. If he wants to be captain or whatever, if he feels like he needs to be appreciated more, he needs to be on more money, and it's a brand thing, then maybe it is, innit? But like, I don't know. All the rumors about him wanting to leave and XY, bruv, there has to be something in it, bro. Do you know what I mean? That for me,
If he goes, you get so much dough for him. I don't care. You get clubs to break the bank for him. Honestly, mate, you really, really do. Because like what you just said, you're not just getting the footballer, you're getting the whole brand of Mohamed Salah. You're going to get everything that he brings to the club. You're getting shirt sales, you're getting goals, you're getting a motivated player who's won things, everything. So if he was to start kicking up a fuss, just do what you've done with Coutinho. And I wouldn't be worried about reinvestment because we invest our money well. So it's kind of one of them. Like, I'm kind of, as long as it's under Klopp, that Salah would leave, then I'd feel all right with it because I feel like we'd just go out and get someone boss to replace him.
You'll get an absolute baller in
for probably about 20 million. So it's one of them.
It's true. So honestly,
Antonio isn't starting, by the way.
Yeah, it's not. It's Salah. I thought so.
Yeah.
No, I mean that's a madness, bruv. You know what I mean, what's this man saying? Opinion on Benzema, bruv. Benzema's quality. I think anyone that knows ball knows that Benzema's quality. You know
he's underrated.
No, but you know what it is with Benzema, yeah? He's so good that in the prime of his career, he adapted his game and changed his game, yeah, to accommodate CR7. Like, he has so much up his sleeve, yeah, that people never really saw, yeah, because he completely changed his game, yeah. No player lasts as long as he does at Real Madrid, you know. What non-homegrown player has lasted that long at Real Madrid? You'll struggle to find one. That's how good he is. We've been at Real Madrid like 10 years or something stupid like that. Near enough.
From Leon, Ali.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. That was his first move. And now he's going to retire there by the looks of it. Like, bro, when you go to Real Madrid, you got 3 years max. You know them ones. You got 3 years to do something. And then they fuck you off, bro. Know what I'm saying? Like, man joined Real Madrid in 2009, bro. 2010 season. I told you, it's 2020. He's been there for a decade. Bruv, you don't go to Real Madrid. He joined in 2009. He's been there 11 years pretty much. You do not get 11 years at Real Madrid unless you're Iker Casillas or Raul or Sergio Ramos.
Yeah.
Like, you don't
no one's ever really took a spot.
Really. No one, bro. He's always been playing. Now I'm saying, if you're not a top baller, you do not last that long. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of stuff that he could do, yeah, that a lot of people never saw in his prime, bro. The amount of goals he was scoring at Lyon and stuff that he was doing, yeah, you don't even see it because he changed to a link-up player, intelligent player, playing back to goal and bringing other people in the game. But he was a proper striker, bro.
Does he play for France?
Nah, but that's political.
Oh, okay.
That's political though. Him, Samir Nasri, and someone else got caught up in some scandal, bruv. You know what I mean? And him and Deschamps don't see eye to eye. But if he played for France, they would have a bit more decoration, bruv. The game they lost to Portugal, they wouldn't have lost that. Do you know what I mean? Like that tournament, they had fucking Gignac, bro. Gignac, Giroud, and who was the other striker they had? That I don't know, bruv. But like, you know what I mean? Oh, mate. if they had Benzema, they would have a bit more decoration still. He's a top player, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
Ooh, 2-0 Chelsea. Oh no, it's man saying it's offside now. It's not gonna count. Yeah, let's hope not. Yeah, well offside.
VAR.
Hey, I'm here for VAR still. Do you know what I mean? But honestly, yeah, Ribéry as well is on that list of players that got done. Ribéry, Valbrena, yeah, Loic Remy they had in there. He was trash. Do you know what I mean? So man have to respect, yeah. Man have to respect Karim Benzema, bro. Like Loic Remy, I think he must have been another one that would have been linked with Arsenal, blood.
Nah, he definitely was. He definitely
Remy, blood. Them man there, hey, listen, them C-list celebs, bruv, for France, always getting linked with Arsene Wenger, bruv. I'm telling you. That's what I'm saying. So now the game is a game, blood. Arsenal, bruv. Bruv, before man wraps up, bruv, who saw Arteta's press conference today? I beg.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
The Scott Steiner promo.
Yeah. Yeah, blood. Well, tell these man what he said, because I was fucking dying, bro.
I can't follow that, man. Unless I've got it in front of me. He was using all kinds of numbers to say, like, 7%. Tottenham had a 7% chance of beating them. They had a 3% chance of beating Burnley or something. I don't even know what he was talking about, man. But it was...
So do you remember the quotes? I beg you put them up here, because he just started doing fucking percentages and that.
So you're telling me Arteta just resorted this shitness to percentages?
Bruv. Yeah. Do you remember the Scott Steiner promo in TNA?
And I saw it. Someone did that on Twitter as well. Man like Big Papa Pump, blood. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
My God, blood. I'm telling you, fucking Scott Steiner, blood. Oh my God, Big Papa Pump, bro. Like literally, he was doing percentages. Man was like, "Yo, you have a 9% chance to lose every game, and this." And there was a 70% chance we won it. We should win the game, and we lost it. The man said there was a 7% chance that we won, and then that we should have won, and then we lost it. That man was just coming out with bare numbers, and I was like, bruv, this brother's lost the fucking plot, bruv. Like I remember the one time when LVG came out with the printouts after Allardyce were calling us a long ball team and that, and he started doing the percentages and saying, the long balls and all that. And bruv, like it's like he done a LVG, blood, with the stat sheet, bruv, stat attack, bro, and just started going through all these percentages about this Everton game. Look, here it goes. Man said last year we won the game against Everton with 25% chance of winning, bruv. You win 3-2. How did he know it was a 25% chance? How did he work that out? He probably done expected goals or something throughout the game and this, that, and the other. And these men have just done ratios. The man said ahead of the Carabao Club clash with Man City last weekend, there's 67% chance of winning and 9% chance of losing, and we lost. Like,
do you know if he spends less time worrying about the percentages of the chance of his team winning games, maybe, and this is just a suggestion, he might actually start getting more results if he actually put that time that he's putting into these percentages to his team and tactics and not cones and do you know what I mean? Do you get the point that I'm trying to make? Like, there'd be more success here if we're not focusing so much on what's your chances of beating Everton. And like you said, how is that determined? How are you looking at that? Because I'm sure however way he's looking at that, surely it's a wrong conclusion. Surely, because there's too many factors that go into a football game where you can just get percentages of how you can win.
And they said stat DNA. I think stat DNA is something that Arsenal use or something like that. Yeah, so they look at the expected goals, probably like the quality of the chances, created, and then they say out of the percentage you've created, they've created, what's the likely score to be, and then that's how they do the percentage. Bruv, what kind of shit is that, bro? He's got way too much time on his hands. He needs to worry about why his team are in a relegation battle, blood.
Because they are. Like, when does it get to a point where it's Arsenal and it's just a bad run of form? They're in a relegation battle. I'm not saying they're going to stay there, but they're in a relegation battle. If you're below 14th in December and the points are relatively close, you're in a relegation battle.
It's true in Christmas, but man are starting Christmas going the bottom half of the table, blood. This is the worst start in Premier League history, and this is probably one of the worst. It must be like the worst start in about 50 years or something. Like, honestly,
Hey, do you
I don't know.
do you think Aubameyang's hurt or not? What are you
Do I
saying
think
about
Aubameyang's what?
hurt? Do you think he's actually got a calf strain, or do you think there's
Nah,
something
brother.
else?
I think that he's fed up, bro. And you know what it is? You know what I've started to notice here from speaking to League One and some of the people. Obviously, I said that the Arsenal dressing room split, yeah. But remember,
Yeah,
Aubameyang is part of the German contingent, innit? With fucking Ozil, with Mustafi, obviously Kolasinac is my man's one of his best friends, Ozil's. Do you know what I mean? There's quite a few of them guys on that side, innit, that ain't really seeing eye to eye with the manager, bro. And I wouldn't be surprised if he just said, you know what, fuck this guy, bro. I'm just not in the mood, bro. Like, I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, because I don't think he's injured like that.
Aubameyang has every right to want to be angry right now.
Yeah.
I'm not being funny, mate. If you're a player
Yeah.
of his level and you're not getting any help around you, realistically, tactically, like, and it's not even one of them where Aubameyang is a player who can create by himself, but come on, it's not a one-man team. Like, you need to give him something. You need to have the team playing a certain way to the point where they can get more goals, mate. Because it is players out of form and it is players not playing to the best that they can. But then that's where the manager comes in as well. What is man management saying? Because if he's not making his players feel uncomfortable to play, then why should they turn up? Now, obviously, you should always turn up for the shirt and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, these players are working right now. And they've got it. They want to work to the best of their ability. But if they haven't got the resources given to them to do so, then it's like just throwing a dog a bone, but you haven't really got a bone, and you do that trick with them. Do you know what I mean? It's like, you know, lad, do you know what I mean, lad? Like, shit, this is just through. But it's like one of them right now, and it's mad. Arsenal are in a terrible position, and I think I'm even being kind by saying terrible, because there's not a word that can just. Because I never thought this. I'm going to admit it now. I was thinking Arsenal easily top 6 after the FA Cup. Yeah, man, Arteta's a problem. Shat all over that.
Yeah.
Shut all over.
Yeah, you see the thing about that as well. You know how you said about playing for the shirt and stuff. That's a light theory, because you can be in a job and you guys are in a team working so well under a manager. That manager leaves and a new one comes in, and it just derails your whole team. And even though you're doing the same job, it changes something, because you're not getting on with the manager. All of a sudden, you don't have the drive to do for the manager. If you look at the way that they play, you can see that that's happening with quite a few of them. Look at. I mean, we don't do stats that much here, but you don't even need stats to tell you how many chances they're just not creating. You know, the Everton again, they let them have the ball because they knew nothing was going to happen.
Facts, bro. Know what I'm saying? So Arsenal, one of them teams where, bruv, honestly, yeah, cool. They're harder to beat now in terms of they're conceding less clear-cut chances, but they suck, bro. And the thing is, the one thing Arsenal fans always had was a brand of football. Yeah. And the manager can't give them the brand of football, and he can't give them the results. So, like, bruv, like, he can't offer anything, innit? Like, the buck has to stop with their manager, innit? It has to.
Everything at that club's a load of arse, though, mate. Like, it's just inexperience from top to bottom.
Yeah. Exactly. Like so it does, but the difference is we have the players.
Yeah, you have the quality. But the thing is, though, I mean, don't get me wrong, a lot of their players are shit. I'm not trying to say Arsenal. I'm not trying to say like they've got a good enough squad, like as good of a squad on paper as Man United, but they should not be 15th. Like, I feel like if you gave me the job, I feel like I'd say I'd have a good chance of finishing above 15th by December.
Yeah,
like I'd rate myself. Do you know what I mean? I'd back myself enough to do so. With Aubameyang, I'd be like, yeah, just pass to Aubameyang, boys. It'll be great.
Yeah, that's it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, lads, it's mad. It's crazy, mate. But like, they're what? So we are. Arsenal are 15th with 14 points. Fulham are 18th with 10. Brighton are 4.
Hold on, them man have less points than they've had games played.
No, they're on the same amount of points as they have played. 14 games, 14 points. A point per game.
Jesus.
4 wins, 2 draws, 6 losses. Sorry, any Arsenal fans watching this. 12 goals scored and 18 conceded. Fulham, who are 18th, have scored more goals than Arsenal this season.
Oh, blood. What? Say that. Fulham,
who are 18th, have scored more. And bear in mind the penalties that they've missed, have scored more goals than Arsenal this season.
Well,
by 1.
These are damning stats, bro.
These are
Bruv,
stats.
Fulham, you know,
Yeah.
the team that everyone's can't wait to play, have scored more goals than Arsenal.
The one that you can't wait to play.
Bruv, listen, man, are lining up to run a train on Fulham, bruv. I'm telling you, Fulham is 3 points guaranteed for everyone. It's mad right now.
This league is on drugs. I've said it for weeks now. It's on drugs.
Jesus, that's horrible, mate. I mean, the Arsenal fans are like, no more, no more. I hear that. I hear that. I hear that. You know, like that. So like, it's peak. Do you know what I'm saying? And the best thing about it is, look how hurt KG is, yeah. And you Arsenal fans, bruv, you're not even hurt, bruv. You're past this. You know what I mean? You're past it. You know there was like you man are actually so broken that you don't actually realize what you're in. You don't realize what you're in. You're so broken, like that you don't feel anything. You're numb to it, bruv. Man have the same amount of points as games played. You have scored less goals than Fulham, bro. A team that are really in a relegation battle, but you think you're not in one.
And they've got Chelsea next in the league. Sorry, Arsenal fans. I'm sorry. I'm not fully at school, aren't I?
Bruv, and you already a minus goal difference, man.
-6. Nah, but it's mad though.
Yeah.
Like I've just walked over to the kid who's just had his lunch money taken off him, and I'm just there, just picking on him even more. I'm just there like, you're funny.
You man are actually, it's peak for you, man. I can't even lie, brother. Until you win a game, yeah, you man are fighting for your lives. This is just what it is. Do you know what I mean? So while you're going around, yeah, and sniggering, yeah, and laughing about banter at other people's expenses, I would just really, really think about it.
Just
It's
be careful what
actually-
you say before you say.
Like, bruv, look at that, bruv. I've scored 3 own goals in the Premier League this season, only scoring more. You man have got the most own goals, the most red cards, a minus goal difference, the less goals than Fulham. It's actually mad, bruv.
Yeah.
It's actually fucking mad, bro. Fulham, you know, shit, bruv. I can't believe we lost at Arsenal. Like this just makes me feel even more sick. Can't believe we lost to them. Like, bro, when you think about it, and this is why I'll never have my foot off my manager's neck, bro. Arsenal are supposed to be a guaranteed 3 points. I swear down, I feel like beating us was the last time they won a game.
Yeah, it was. It was.
You see what I'm saying?
That was the 1st of November. They've lost like 7 or 8 games since. They haven't won a game since Troops went to America.
Well,
And when you put it in that perspective, yeah, he's back now.
Yeah, Troops is back now. He landed this morning, bro. So when they
he's back. He's back from Manchester City and then Chelsea. I mean, if they win them games, then he just might as well stay. Like, I'm not being funny, mate. If they win them games, he might as well fucking stay. That's what I'll be doing.
This is it. It's an absolute fucking shambles, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? It's always good to finish laughing at Arsenal, blood. I'm not even gonna lie. Sensational. You know them ones that I mean, and I remember what I said, yeah. Naturally, let's run it back for these, man. You know them ones there. Just in case you lot missed it earlier, yeah, because all you Arsenal man, yeah, that think you're too good to go down, yeah. Let me just remind you, yeah, who was playing for West Ham when they went down, bruv, because this is quite amusing. Paolo Di Canio, blood. Freddie Canute. You know what I'm saying? Trevor Sinclair, Jermaine Defoe, Anton Ferdinand, Michael Carrick, David James. You man ain't too good to go down, blood. It could happen. You know them ones. Them man had some players in that team, you know, and they still went down, bruv. TT Cameron, that you would kill for him right now, blood. You know what I'm saying? Joe Cole as well, the skipper. You would kill for a Joe Cole right now. You would kill for a Les Ferdinand right now. And a Glenn Johnson, you'd kill for it, blood, instead of Bellerina at right back. You know what I'm saying? Raymond van der Hau, ex-Man United goalkeeper, he could do a job for you lot. You know, like that. Scott Minto and that centre-back, he's got to be better than you. You know what I'm saying? Like, bruv, honestly, you lot would kill for Trevor Sinclair as well, bruv. Do you know what I mean? Hey, listen, mate. Don Hutchison, you probably get into your midfield. Not going to lie. Nigel Winterburn, you'll take him back. I swear down, bruv. Listen, yeah? Listen. It's peak, you know?
It is heavy if you're an Arsenal fan right now. It's heavy.
Listen, bro. Like, it could happen, bro. I'm not even lying, bro. Like, honestly, bear these man get into your team. Bear it.
If Arsenal get relegated, like I will laugh. Like I will think it's hilarious. I think it's I will think it's the funniest thing I've seen all year in the new year, because that's when it'll be.
Scott fucking Minto, mate. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, you lot, fam, is peak, innit? Like, when you look at these names, Defoe, Joe Cole, Carrick, Ferdinand.
Nah, you're taking the piss. Like, if you put them against this team.
And you, man, think you're too good to go down with Bellerin and Xhaka? And fucking, what's his name, bruv? Lacazette. You think you're too good to go down? Lacazette couldn't lace Paolo Di Canio's boots, mate. It could happen, you know. It could happen.
It's not even what he can do. It's what them players are doing.
Exactly, bro.
It's a difference. Like, it's not what they can. Lacazette can score goals. Bellerin can look like an okay right back, but they're not. Like, and they don't look like they're going to get back into form anytime soon. Everything's broken at that club, and people can say, like, oh, they're not playing for the manager, and players should play for the manager. But if the manager, like I said before, if the manager is not giving them anything to feed off, then how can they see the ambition when they're not being given one? These are players who want to win things.
Lacazette's another one, though, isn't he? He's part of the Aubameyang. Them two are a twosome, and Lacazette's being treated with his time like a muppet. You know, he's playing Eddie and Nketiah up front. Eddie and Nketiah, I know other people have said it, but we didn't even start him in the Championship. And then he went back to Arsenal and he become a regular. So, you know, these are all things that just make you think that these guys just don't want to play for Mikel Arteta. It all adds up. When you think about Saliba as well, just being left out in the cold.
Yes,
you know, they talk about Guendouzi being immature, but those guys will have had their arm around him and said, yo, you got to act better. But then he's turfed him out.
Technically a decent player, bro, and he's got a bit about him. At least he's got a bit of bastard in him that a lot of these Arsenal players lack in it. Yeah. I mean, they could have done with his character.
Yeah, that's it. That's exactly it. They needed a bit of bite in the midfield, because at the minute they brought back that Ceballos, who he does nothing but just spin in the midfield all the time.
Yeah,
you know, they've just got some very poor players and they've recruited poorly. So, you know, they give Pepe another start on the weekend. He did absolutely nothing. They're gonna have to give up on that experiment too as well. They're gonna just have to take. They're gonna have to take loss on that one. They're gonna have to take the loss on that one.
Fuck you know, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? It's some mad, bro. They're gonna have to cancel the direct debit for Pepe still, you know, like that. But I don't really know what's going on with that guy. You know what I mean, bro? Boy, I don't know. The bailiffs are gonna come round, bro. You know what I mean? And take that Henri statue, blood, for the rest of the money. I don't know. I don't really know what's going on, guys. Bruv, your team's a shambles, isn't it? What can we say, bruv?
There's literally not one good thing you can say. There's not one good thing you can say. You can't say, they've got good transfers. No. They've got good defender. No. And the only time they do is when they've got 10 men behind the ball.
That's it.
Score goals.
It's mad, but their defensive record's better anyway. So
they sold the best goalkeeper.
Yeah, that was another thing. I said it on here before, but how do you get a goalkeeper, play him in form, and then sell him on for less than 20 million to a club in the Premier League? And now,
can I just repeat? We sold Brewster for 25 million. Can I just repeat that to Arsenal? Brewster
with a sell-on clause, and a buyback fee. You had them over a barrel, man.
They made so many bad decisions, innit? They made so many fucking bad decisions. And this is what it is, innit? So now you man have to just suffer, bruv. And you got Chelsea and Man City in the next 2 games. Merry fucking Christmas, innit? It's mad for you.
And a happy new year.
I'm gonna ruin your Christmas and your New Year, fam. Because either side of Christmas, you're getting punched in the throat, blood. It's mad. It's mad.
Yeah, but my Christmas is already ruined already, man. Leeds,
you'll be fine. I mean, you've got another game before then, haven't you?
No. We play Burnley next on a Boxing Day or the 27th.
Oh, so yeah, we got a midweek game. We got Everton in the cup, innit? So it's one of them ones where I don't know. We'll see what happens. But Arsenal, bruv, you might not be losing weight over Christmas. You won't be able to eat. You know, like that. Just getting fucked up, bruv. Either side of Christmas. It's mad for you lot, bruv. Man are just gonna be having smoothies and that. It's a mad thing. So yeah, bruv. Good luck, innit, boys. Make sure you smash the like button. Still 1.1k in here. Know what I'm saying? Make sure you follow the boys. Click the link in the title. It's KageyPOV. and James Redmond TV. Make sure you follow that, guys. And we're back tomorrow. What day is it tomorrow? Tuesday. Yeah, tomorrow.
Tuesday.
Yeah, really the most with Turkish tomorrow. Man's back again. Yeah, I mean, hopefully West Ham get a result tonight just to leave Chelsea in the mud. Frank the fraud. Do you know what I'm saying? And trust me, hopefully that happens. And then man will be back with some more smoke for Lampard, man. But big up everyone in here. You know what I mean? And big up Tier 5 Arsenal as well, blood. Always a pleasure. You know, like that. It's always a pleasure, lads. Do you know what I mean?
Nah, big up everyone in the chat.
That's it.
Yeah, big up everyone, even the ones that were roasting me in the comments there.
Hey,
that's what I mean, but you found it, bro.
I saw it, man.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Let's give the homage to KG, mate. Bloody hell. It's like for turning up, brother. Respect to you, fella. Honestly, mate. Honestly, you're better than most, man. You're better than most. I'd say.
Trust me, bruv. Dapo never came and got the smoke when Arsenal got beat.
Yeah.
He didn't come.
He
disappeared for a whole week, bro. Whole week.
Yeah.
You know, like that. So man have to respect KG for rolling through. You get me?
Man, big up everyone, man.
Bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? Come on, brother.
Legends tuning in as usual.
That's it. Big up everyone inside. Make sure you follow the lads. Do you know what I'm saying? And I'll catch you tomorrow.